good country we have that we can come together in ways such as this, and we know that many don't have that opportunity, and we ask that you please watch over all of them, and particularly the places that are filled with struggle and conflict, and give them peace, and be with all of their leaders to resolve those things. Thank you for the troops that make opportunities like this possible, and ask you please would help us to never forget them, and ask that you please bring them home safely as well. Bless you, keep the work of our hands and the meditation of our hearts, that they may be acceptable in your sight. Thank you most of all for your Son. It's in His name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
You ready? Good to see a full house in here, and like I said, we are grateful that y'all are out with us tonight. Our next item is reading of proclamations and special presentations by Mayor. The first item we have there is going to be to proclaim January 18th as Ann Cozart Day in the city of River Oaks. And so before we do that, I wanted a lot of folks here knew Ann. Some of the newer ones might not have. Ann was a very special person for River Oaks, even though she lived a couple blocks out of town, and especially to the Castleberry School District. A lot of us up here probably have some Ann stories, and so based on the precedent that the previous mayor set, I'm going to tell one of my Ann stories. So it was 2016, and it started with the tragedy, which is a White Settlement firefighter was killed in a hit-and-run accident. So Ann was Charlie Guerin's representative for the area, and so Ann, even though it was a torrential monsoon, was insistent that she was going to go to White Settlement to pay her respects on behalf of both her and Representative Guerin at the memorial. But because it was raining, I got a call because Gene would not let Ann drive in that bad rain. So I got to drive Miss Ann to White Settlement, and normally a 20-minute drive turned into about a 50-minute drive with all the rain, and the closer we got there, it was just fun just sitting and talking with her, and the closer we got, she said, well, what do you think about parking? And I said, well, it's at the rec center, and so we'll probably have to park a block away in the City Hall parking lot. And she didn't say anything, she just looked at me and she goes, she was not going to mess her hair up walking that far. And so, thankfully I knew a White Settlement officer, and I dropped her off, and he got her in the umbrella, and after I parked and swam there about 20 minutes later, I got inside. So, just like I said, a very special person. So her daughter, Angie Cozart Hart, and her son-in-law, Dennis Hart, are here with us tonight. So I am going to read this proclamation, and then we have a small additional surprise. Whereas Ann Cozart began her teaching career at Fort Worth ISD that spanned over 40 years, and whereas Ann was the first female Castleberry ISD school board member where she served for 21 years, and whereas after retiring from education, Ann served her community as district liaison to the Texas House of Representative Charlie Guerin, which was in River Oaks, Texas, and whereas Ann was a member of the Northwest Tarrant County, Saginaw, and Tri-County Chambers of Commerce, and whereas Ann had a great love of God, family, country, and community, now therefore be it proclaimed that we, Joe Ashton, Mayor, and the City Council of the City of River Oaks, do hereby proclaim every year on January 18th as Ann Cozart Day in River Oaks, Texas, and urge our fellow citizens to join with us on this day to help celebrate the life of Ann Cozart, proclaiming this 18th day of January 2023. And I presented Angie with that at Ann's memorial service, so I now would like Nolan to come on up. And some of you all may not be aware that for many years, the high school was divided between River Oaks and Fort Worth. And just before I got on the council, Marvin and the council negotiated with Fort Worth to DMX that property from Fort Worth and bring it into the city of River Oaks. And so this is a copy of the plat that designated that area that the high school is on as Lot 1R, Block 1A Cozart Edition in the city of River Oaks. So this is for y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. don't have to stay for the whole thing if you don't want to. They've got a long drive up to Decatur, so. And this proclamation could have been about 7 pages if we'd have listed off everything that Ann did. And oh, yes, absolutely.
I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. And my mom loved River Oaks. Sorry to tear up, but she taught me to love River Oaks. So that was my end story, that she loved River Oaks. She made Charlie here in Teepee. I think most of y'all know that because she wouldn't move out of River Oaks. So, and Jean wouldn't let her drive out of River Oaks. So I know most of the cops are glad I off the road. But thank you. Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Before our next item, I believe Deputy Chief Perkins wants to introduce a couple individuals to us.
That's right. Good evening. Back in November, I spoke briefly on our recruiting efforts, introducing the military program. This is actually the intern for that program. He starts the academy at the end of the month, Armando Martinez. Our newest officer started January 3rd, David Friend. He's from the area. He specifically wanted to work here because of an officer that taught him in high school, who works here. So he kind of got recruited out of high school.
Castleberry or another high school?
I went to Haltom High, but Riverville ISD has a program named Bechtel. They do, it's like a career center, and they prepare you either for college or for future careers they would like to work.
Yeah, okay.
So I just wanted everybody to get to see them, so recognize his face and their faces, and if all goes well, his training, he'll be out on the street on his own, hopefully about April. Once he graduated the academy in July, he should be on the street on his own come November. So,
Welcome aboard.
How did you say his last name? Is it Frank?
Frank.
That's interesting. Friend.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Congratulations.
Okay, now we're going to move to item number 5, which is Fire Department Badge Pinning Ceremony for Toby Countryman and David Vincent. Chief?
Well, good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm excited to bring these two young men forward and get their badges pinned and give them their oaths tonight. They have completed a year with the department. That has been full of in-house training at TCC, some additional state certification classes that they had to get, and they have both completed all of that successfully, and we're happy to swear them into the ranks officially. So I'm going to ask Kobe and David to come forward and go ahead and bring your badge pinning persons with you. Come on up. All right. Now remember, just as we practice, when I say state your name, don't say state your name. They're firemen, we have to practice. I state your name. Raise your right hands, by the way. I state your name.
I, David Vincent,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute, keep your hand up,
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of firefighter for the city of River Oaks,
for the city of River Oaks,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
protect and serve the citizens of River Oaks
protect and serve the citizens of River Oaks
in their time of need.
in their time of need.
So help me God.
So help me God.